Garrison got it. There's joy on the UNO campus tonight because Mark Mayberry hit a shot in the final seconds against Tulane that will be remembered for years.
When I looked at the basket and I seen where I was, I say, this is good enough for me. It wasn't but 6 seconds on the clock anyway, you know, so I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of time. And, you know, so I said, this is good enough for me, so I let it go.
The estimated was about 30 feet. What did it look like to you?
Oh, about 50. Yeah. I looked at the hoop, and, you know, it was a long ways away. You know, I said, oh, man. But anyway, you know, it looked like a pretty far shot, you know, so I don't really know how far it was, but it looked quite a ways off.
The moment you let it go, you said you knew.
Felt good, buddy. Felt good. Felt good. When I let it go off like this, I said, oh, man. So when I came down and it went through the nets, I jumped up higher the second time than I did the first time. I didn't think I would ever come down, you know. But,
you know, hours after the game to kind of come back to earth a little bit to get off the high?
And I still ain't coming back. I'm still there. I'm still up there saying, wow. So I ain't never did nothing that great. You know, as far as sports is concerned, that's the greatest play I ever made. I will be telling my kids, and I will be telling my grandkids about it, and everybody gonna know that's the greatest play I ever made.
And Granderson's been very effective from the free throw line today.
That's his 15th point. (78-77) New Orleans. A minute 35 left. Missed it. And the rebound to Brian Taylor. The BYU, one of 3 Western Athletic Conference teams to qualify for the NCAA. Trying to pull it out here in Birmingham.
And interestingly enough for BYU, Nathan Paul, who has the ball now, good pass over to Knighting, and Brian Taylor played the whole second half at guard.
Stevenson missing. Smith battles for it. New Orleans got it. Poked out of bounds by Knighting, and it belongs to New Orleans with a minute 10 left.
I thought Smith Michael Smith from BYU had that rebound, but Ronnie Grandison was able to wrestle it away from him, and Liddell Anderson's going to call a timeout.
A minute 10 to play in the game. There's a timeout on the court with the score. New Orleans 78 and Brigham Young 77.
Only 10.
Coordinator Grant Singleton, from BYU Athletic Director Glenn Tuckett, head basketball coach Liddell Anderson and his staff, and Assistant Sports Information Director Val Hale. From UNO, Athletic Director Ron Maestri, head basketball coach Benny Dees and his staff, and Sports Information Director Mike Bujo. Transportation arrangements made through Fugazi International Travel, the official travel agency for NCAA championships. Foul. New on BYU.
As a reach-in foul against Taylor, he thought he had Corciani going the other way, and he went down to reach in and get the ball. Corciani surprised him by turning back and coming right into it. He thinks Corciani's going the other way, and so he reaches down to steal the ball, and it was that reach-in that called the foul.
Second foul on Taylor. Coming back into the ballgame for BYU, Bob Capner, and Taylor goes out. And free throws for Gabe Corciani, whose brother Chris was named to the McDonald's All-America team today. And brother Chris will be in the ACC next year, playing for NC State. Gabe hits his free shot, and that puts the Privateers up to 79-77. 53 seconds remaining.
And for New Orleans, that's the guy you want on the free throw line.
88% shooter, Gabe Corciani. 80-77. New Orleans leading.
Oh, that's good defense. That's great defense by New Orleans.
And Grandison takes it away. 40 seconds left.
That's going to be important that Corciani and Eccles try to hold on to the basketball because they're the 2 best free throw shooters out there. Shot clock's off. 25 seconds left in the game.
Corciani in a double team, and a foul is called on Nathan Paul, and Corciani has got a 1-and-1. Bob Rathman and Dan Bonner in Birmingham, Alabama, the Privateers of New Orleans, who held a 13-point lead in the second half. BYU came back to take the lead, but now 23 seconds remain, and New Orleans with a three-point advantage, 80-77. And a man at the free throw line who ranks 14th in the country in terms of percentage at 88%, Gabe Corgiani, trying to wrap this one up for New Orleans. That's his 9th point of the game, and Benny Dean's club now leads 81-77.
And overall, New Orleans a very poor free throw shooting team, so you've got to give them some credit. They kept the ball in the hands of Eccles and of Corciani, their two best free throw shooters.
Gabe missed that one. Rebound to BYU. Up the floor, here's Bob Kapner with it. BYU trailing by 4. Smith's an excellent three-point shooter. Short on that one. The rebound lost. BYU's got it inside. Knighting missing. Tipped by Smith.
And BYU has no timeouts.
And all alone down the floor is Liddell Eccles for New Orleans for the jam to put it away. The Privateers advance. New Orleans wins it. 83-.
Wimp Stenderson has one timeout remaining. Dick Price has used his. We saw an interesting visit to the scores table. We saw Sean Long walk over there. We might see him later. Right now they just need a 2. Down by 1. It's Garris on top. 1 dribble, 2 drives. It goes in! And New Orleans wins it at the buzzer!
What a play by Tyrone Garris. Up and over the defense. A fantastic shot. And Dick Price keeps his composure. I don't know how he does. This is such an important win for a second-year coach. And a disappointing loss for Arkansas Little Rock. Both of these teams played their hearts out. I would have expected this game to last forever, to be honest.
57-56 by the slimmest of margins. The number 1 seed beats the number 2 seed, and it was the senior Tyrone Garris.
And Garris's penetration here, the rotation by Smith, he can't get to it. And Garris just gets it up and over and nothing but net.
Well, it's just another night at the gym during championship week on ESPN. UNO 21-8 with a victory. Arkansas Little Rock can't believe it. For Terry Holland, Bob Carpenter, good night from Barton Coliseum.
82-79 in overtime. But the margin of victory was not 3 points. It was more like 70 feet. UNO led by 11 at the half, but trailed by 2 with time running out in regulation. Kwan Johnson sends it into overtime with a putback basket. We're tied at 71. Tied at 79. 4.4 seconds to go. They'll inbound, miss a shot. Kwan Johnson puts up a prayer. His prayer is answered, and the Privateers win it 82-79.
No, I looked at the clock. It was 1 second left. I was like, please, Lord, just help me on this one. And I thank God he helped me a lot. It seemed like it was in the air for about 10 minutes. I'm like, come on, come down, come down. And it went through. I was like, I had to look around, and I saw the crowd going crazy. So I was like, oh, man.
It looked like it was online, but I wasn't sure if it was going to go in. But I thought it had a chance when he let it go. But I was a little bit ahead of it. I was planning for the second overtime.
Coach don't let us practice that. he like us to shoot game shots, but I think he's going to add that play in now.
2 big fouls have gone against the Pack, and it may cost them the game.
Bob, the big one is right here, the intentional foul. New Orleans down 5 points. McCalleb is able to get 2 free throws, then they score a basket, so they get a 4-point play. And then here on the loose ball, McCalleb comes up with it, and you have to wonder what Gavin Grant is doing.
Now the Wolfpack. They've got to go 94 feet. It was nearly stolen by McCalleb. Down to 13.9.
Bob, this is pretty impressive. New Orleans is coming out. They're pressing all over the court. It's obvious that they're not going to be passive in this situation.
Gavin Grant, 10 seconds. Gavin Grant to the bucket. Scores! They got a timeout if they choose. Loose ball. Here's a shot. It's up. It's good! A three-pointer! A three-pointer for T.J. Worley! And New Orleans leads it by 2. Timeout, NC State. Are you kidding me? The Gavin Grant basket that put State ahead. And then after a loose ball, T.J. Worley knocks it down off the glass.
Bob, that was, you talk about a sequence of action right here. Grant does a great job getting the ball to the basket. And then New Orleans, they bring the, here's Grant again, just coming down the court. He's going to take the ball and drive right to the basket. He's had a great second half. But New Orleans, they get the ball back in. The ball's bouncing all over the place. There's three guys from New Orleans, and he banks it in.
A three.
Banks it three. You know, you can't get any better pressure on the guy than that. You got three guys jumping at the ball. My heavens.
Now the Wolfpack have got to go 94 feet in 1.7 seconds. A three-pointer wins it. New Orleans timeout. And that's it. All the timeouts have been used, each side.
Bob, keep in mind in this situation, the clock does not start until the ball is touched inbounds. So if you can take the ball and you can throw it into the front court, then North Carolina State has some time. 1.7 seconds is enough time to catch at least one dribble and shoot the ball. If you're quick with it, you might even be able to get two dribbles in. So obviously 1.7 is not a comfortable amount of time, but I think it all depends on the pass. How far down the court can you get the pass?
But the longer the pass, the bigger the loop, and that gives the defenders an opportunity to knock it away.
Bob, but I think what you have to keep in mind is the fact that New Orleans, their defenders are shorter than North Carolina State, so you throw the ball up. But the question is, if you only get it to half court, if you catch the ball at half court, you catch it, the clock starts, you take one dribble, you have a chance for one dribble and a shot.
NC State.
And if you're NC State, you want to catch the ball going toward your basket. You don't want to catch the ball going toward Brandon Cosner.
Cosner gets it down. The ball's tipped away. And the New Orleans Privateers have upset the Wolfpack of NC State.
What's your best shooters on the floor?
And on the floor for North Texas, Calvin Watson, Kendrick Davis, Rich Young, Keith Wooden, and of course, the man who just made the free throw, Ben Bell.
North Texas will not guard the basketball. They will give McNeese a free chance to throw it in.
2 seconds left.
All the way down the court. Bo McCalleb has time to get a shot off. It is in the air and it is good. At the buzzer, Bo McCalleb has hit a three-pointer, but again, they will have to review it. And even if it's a two, it's a victory. Now the scoreboard, the points were given to North Texas, but 62-61, North Texas leads. North Texas was leading, but Bo McCalleb had a chance at the shot, and he clearly got it out in time. New Orleans will walk away with the victory here. New Orleans will take this one. Bo McCalleb's shot is good at the buzzer, and North Texas drops this one at home. Their 10-game winning streak at home will be over. Was there any time left on the clock when it went in?
Just a tough season series, though, for North Texas, being swept by New Orleans.
They will check one final time and see if there was any time left on the clock.
I don't believe there was, because you see the shot clock go off as the
ball was in the air when the red light around the rim went off, and there is no time on the clock. The game will end, and the New Orleans Privateers take this one.
Wilson, leave it to Brown. Brown is going to try, dump it down to Fogelstrom, kick it back to Danielle, 4-3 to tie it, put it to double overtime, and it's in! Oh, it spun all the way around the rim and found its way in. We are tied. We're going to go to double overtime. Double overtime. Davis looking to inbound it, does get it into Wilson. Got to push it up quick. Wilson across the timeline, now with 6. Wilson keeping it on the floor. Remember, you don't need a 3. Wilson goes up looking with a foul, but she lays it up and in anyway with 4/10 of a second left. It's a tie game, and now as the horn sounds, and we're going to triple overtime. Alexander is back in. 5.7 left. Inbound to Brown. She's got the ball in her hands. Brown will take it up. Randi pump fake, put up the 3 off the window and in! As it expires! Oh! A buzzer beater. They're going to check it, but it sure looked good. Randi Brown banks one in off the window. I'm sorry, folks, if I'm yelling in your ear, but the Privateers just won on a miracle last-second shot.
0.8 seconds left. UNO up 68-65. the player of the year in the league, has the basketball. And he will throw it up to Nate Fry, who tips it, catches it. Now the party can start. The New Orleans Privateers won the regular season title, and they proved it was no fluke by winning the Conference Tournament Championship, 68-65. The mob scene on the floor. There's one champion in the Southland right here, right now, and it's definitively your New Orleans Privateers. From the Merrill Center, final score, New Orleans 68, Texas A&M Corpus Christi 65. Here come the trophies. Here comes the magic.